Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Talk Trash TV. Today we're going to be recapping 90 Day Fiancé Season 11, Episode 3, Part 1, and we're going to start off with Mark and Mina.
Mina has a son from a previous relationship. His name is Clayton. Clayton's name was on the K-1 visa with Mina as a minor as her son, and so I just thought he was going to be able to travel with her to the USA.
So I gotta give credit where credit is due. I mean, at least Mark remembered to put Clayton on her K-1 visa, whereas Gino completely forgot Jasmine's kids, and they had to do a whole different process and spend more money. But either way, let's just hope that, Mina sticks to it and she fights to bring her son to the United States and doesn't forget about him. Then they end up FaceTiming him and he asks, why is my passport taking so long? Mina can't really give him a straight answer because, obviously it has to do with the government, right? You have no control over how long it's going to take. She worries about her son.
I say maybe it's not good choice. I need to wait for coming together. I don't know, my money. I'm very confused.
I know you're confused, but
married, you're not my son here.
So reality is setting in that her son might not make it in time for the wedding, and she feels like she's stuck between a rock and a hard place, and Mark has no idea what he can do to help the process come faster, and he's trying to help her understand that, if she goes back to Paris, she might not be able to come back, and they would have to restart the process all over again. Now we're going to move on to the next segment, and we're back with Amani and Matt. If you don't remember who Amani and Matt were, since episode 2 did not feature them, they are the couple that is thinking about getting a divorce so that they can bring their girlfriend over.
We are very much there for our children.
It's not about being there for them. It's like leaving them for 2 weeks to pursue love. Sometimes I'm like, why can't we just be like the normal parents?
The irony in her crying about leaving her kids for 2 weeks and saying, why can't we just be like normal parents? I don't know. Maybe because normal parents are monogamous and you're not trying to be monogamous. So what?
Like, I've always been the jealous possessive person in the relationship. It's the Middle Eastern in me, I guess. I would like to be kept in the know, like, if you had any conversations with her that, maybe I wasn't part of, and, like, or you started something.
I mean, you're already feeling this way, and you're trying to bring a third person into your marriage? Like,
what can go wrong?
I always, wonder, what if another woman could be a better partner to Matt than me?
Huh. And now you're thinking about that? Like, did you not realize that bringing another woman into the relationship is bringing competition into the relationship? And you're bringing the competition into the relationship by your own will. What?
Make up your mind.
So, while Matt and Amani crossed the border into Mexico, we're gonna go and check on Greg, who is awaiting the arrival of... Just kidding. Her name is Joan. Or am I? Maybe that long pause was because I did actually forget her name again. No one will ever know.
So besides the cookies, I actually made a loaf of bread.
Oh, that's cute.
So instead of holding up a sign, we'll hold up a loaf of sourdough.
Oh, she sees that. It says Joan, right?
You know what? Greg needs to put some cheese and some corn on that bread because you know what? That is not only cheesy, but it is corny AF.
You see the bread?
Yes, I like it.
Instead of holding a cardboard sign,
Let's be real here. He made her that loaf of bread because that's all he had at home was the ingredients to make bread because he ain't got no bread in his pockets to go buy her a bouquet of flowers.
We got the bread, right? I made you the bread. Ginger cookies. Wow.
Can I have one?
Yeah, of course.
You know damn well his mama done packed and bagged those damn cookies because this man, let me just tell you, he likes touching everything with his bare hands with open lid containers. See part 1 or 2. I don't remember which part it was, but episode 2, he literally was handing out loaves of bread in an open lid container and his bare hands. Gross.
Now, I can't wait to show you how to make bread, Sourdough. Probably not tonight, right?
Well, I'll be damned. This bum wants to show her how to bake bread. Meanwhile, he doesn't know how to make bread. By making bread, I mean money, because he refuses to get a normal job. All right, so basically he says he knows what he has to do. He just wishes they were going home to their own apartment, etc., etc. But like, my brother in Christ, you had the time to get your affairs in order, get an actual income rolling in, but you didn't. You want to freelance and do the bread. While I understand that's totally his prerogative, that's his hobby, that's his passion, whatever you want to call it, right? However, the smart thing would have been to get a more regular, stable job where it's bringing in an actual income and, on the side doing the whole bread business until the bread business takes off. That's just my opinion. All right, so now we're going to go and check in on Stevi and Mehdi.
It hurts hearing Maddie say that he could possibly want to go back to Iran because it's my understanding that if he ever chooses to go back home, he may not be able to return back to the United States.
So they wake up the next morning and Mehdi tells her that he wants to go see the French Quarter, and she brings up the fact that he said that he was thinking about going back home already and he's only been there for about a couple of hours, like less than 24 hours. And I get that it could hurt her feelings, but at the same time it's like, oh, well, maybe just be a little patient with him. I mean, he did just leave his home country. He is very far away from his family, and especially with how close he is with his family, it's going to be an adjustment and it's going to take time.
I have never been away from my family, from my parents for my whole life. I miss them already. This happened in my mind for 3 seconds. I didn't think that it would hurt her. So I'm just regretting that I asked her.
Okay, so maybe he did jump the gun bringing that up to Stevi like so soon after arriving to the United States, but I really do hope that they are able to have good communication and figure things out before the 90 days is over. And who knows, maybe we'll see them walk down the aisle. All right. So now we're going to go back to Turkey where Sarper and Shekinah are having a pool day.
I hope they don't end up resenting me for this.
We have our own dogs. That's it.
I get it.
So one of the many concerns that Sarper's family has is that they're going to get in one of their explosive fights there, where in Turkey, when they got in explosive fights, she would just leave his apartment and brush it off. Well, when he's in the United States, it's like, okay, but where is he going to go? He's somewhere new. He doesn't know anyone there. And he might actually just come back to Turkey. And Shekinah says that he can go to her friends. She wants to introduce him to some friends who will be there for him. Honestly, I don't see how that's going to help because if you remember in the last reunion, her friend was not very fond of Sarper. So I don't know how that's going to work out. Well, you guys, I'm going to be really honest with you. Their segment was actually pretty boring and I'm over it. So anyways, we'll pick up where we left off in the next video. If you like this video, smash the like button, hit subscribe if you want to see more, leave a comment down below and let's discuss. Tell me your thoughts. Thank you. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.